How's everybody doing on a Tuesday, June 4th? This is your lighted up 2 games, 3 picks, Who-Bangin Sports Talk. I'm Dominic Gunarici. Let's get started. First game, 2 picks on this one game, and that's the Tampa Bay Miami Marlins game. Tampa Bay 29-31 against Marlins 21-39. Not a good year so far for the Marlins, and I don't think it's going to be too good going forward either. They just got decimated. That pitching staff got blown up. They've had some. They did make some trades also. And listen, it's just one of those years for them. Their lone bright spot, though, is pitching tonight, and that is Jesus Luzardo. He's been the lefty. He's, like I said, one of their lone spots. I have him ranked, even though out of the 150 starters that I rank, 5 starters, 30 teams, I do have him ranked 89th. But that's because he's pitching, he's not getting the support with the Marlins. His last 9 average is not bad at all. 2.67 earned run, 5.56 Ks to 1.7 walks. So the ratio there isn't the greatest, but he is going into the 6th inning. He's averaging a little bit over 17 outs, 4.71 hits. He is 2-2 at home and 2-3 at night, so the splits aren't the greatest. But he is averaging, like I said, 5.7 innings per game. He has a 4.18 ERA with a 1.14 WHIP. But teams have only batted 224 against him. His last 3 have been really good. ERA average over the last 3, 1.35 with a 0.85 whip. And you guys that know me for a while know I love to see those whips under 1. He did have 15 Ks in those last 3 to 1 home run in those last 3, so that's really good. His last out, he did give up a couple of 3 runs, 7 hits in 6 innings. I think it was a quality start. He went to full 6. That was against the Padres, and like I said, it was a 4-0 loss. I believe the Marlins threw that knuckleballer that day, and the Marlins just could not hit him. Well, they're not hitting too many people regardless, knuckleball or not, but they seem to be having problems anyway, in knuckleball or not. But he did give up, and that's why he gave up the 7 hits to 3 runs. But like I said, it was a multi-run home run. I don't know if it was a 2-runner or a 3-run in that game. So you can take that really with a grain of salt. Overall, he has pitched good, but the Rays have been really good against lefties. They've gotten better and better. Overall, even though they started out really slow, their pen was horrendous. Their starting pitching was horrendous. They've really picked it up, over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And overall, they do have a winning record against lefties. So, it's a good spot for them, I think, tonight. Ryan Pepiot, I like a lot. I have him ranked 32nd. His last 9 average, some of his numbers are pretty close to Luzardo's, but he doesn't pitch as deep. He's only averaging a little over 15 outs. He's going into that 6th inning, but not completing it. Only 3.1 hits, though, average over the last 9. Again, his strikeout to walk ratio isn't the greatest, but he does have a 2.22 ERA, and he is 2-0 away this year so far. Opponents are only batting 173 against him, 3.88 ERA, and an 0.95 WHIP. So both these guys' whips are pretty decent. Luzardo's, like I said, overall was 1.14, which isn't bad. But the last 3, he did hit under that 1, and for the year now, Pepiot has been under that 1. In his last 3 games, he ran into some trouble in one of the games. He ballooned his ERA to 6.17, but he did have 13 Ks to the 1 home runs in those 3. The thing about, they were all home. They were at home where he had his trouble. On the road, he's the last 12 innings, no earned, 18 strikeouts to no walks in those games. The thing is, he has not let up an earned run on the road this year. So Pepiot has been really pitching fine, pitching really good, and I think Tampa's just getting finding their groove little by little. Their pen started out bad, but their pen now has improved a lot. And even though that isn't the same overall with the Marlins, if you look at their overall bullpen numbers and stuff. But over the last month, they have picked it up. If you look at a strikeout to walk ratios, you look at the home runs allowed, OPS, things like that. The pen has gotten a lot better. They might even be grading out. I don't know if it's maybe in the top 10, but definitely in the top 12 or 13 of the league So they're better than average over the last month and improving. So that's a good sign for them. But overall, where I'm going with this game and those two picks, you could probably figure out one of them is I'm going with Tampa minus 126. I think they're the better team. They get the better lineup. I think they could get to Lozado a little bit, but not too much because I also took the under 7.5 minus 110. I got this game graded out to 6.5, 7. The first bet I did put in today was the 7.5, and then I went back and put in the Rays on top of that. So those are the two picks for that game. The last game I'm on is this Mets-Nationals game. This line kind of surprises me. I really think the Nationals should have been favorite. As I didn't look before we started the show where the numbers were at, but like I said, this morning the Mets were favored. And the Nats were like a plus 114 when I took this bet, but I did not take the Nats to win. I don't know, everything I'm looking at really does point to the Nats. Something is just a little bit off in my head about this game, and we'll see tomorrow if I was right or not. But I stayed away from the side, and I just went with the Nats team total over 4.5 plus 114. Listen, Peterson, he has this is a second start off an injury. He only had that one start against the Dodgers where he didn't go too bad, 5 innings, 2 earned. But he has faced these Nats in the past. The Nats have done pretty good against Peterson in the past. As a matter of fact, both these teams know each other pretty well overall, throughout the years they played each other so many times. But the last time the Nats seen Peterson, 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs. So they do know how to get to him. It was basically a lot of the same lineup. Pretty much. Mets are just 6-15 in their last 21. They have lost 5 games over. Now, I don't know exactly how many over the time period, but I've watched them over the last 3 or 4 weeks, say maybe 5 weeks, but they have lost at least 5 games from the 7th inning on where they were ahead. The opposite of that is the Baltimore Orioles, where in the 6th, 7th inning they're like the comeback kids, which we talked about yesterday on our video pick. But the Mets are the opposite, and for that reason, I took the team total over with the Nationals. I think they could get to Peterson. I think they could definitely get to their pen. And I went what I thought was a safer bet, over 4.5 plus the 114. Listen, I have to mention Trevor Williams. If the trivia question to who's the most profitable pitcher in baseball, that's him. You'd be up 12 units if. Maybe even 13. It was 12 point something units, closer to 13. If you back them every time this year, that's just wild. The Nationals pitcher, the most profitable in baseball. He's 9-2. He's gone 5-0 at night in his splits. He's gone 2-0 at home. So yes, that does bode well for a Nats money line thing. But like I said, the Mets, I think the Nats can hit Peterson. I think the Mets bullpen, we know can blow up at any time. The Mets, though, have won 3 out of 5 games since the blow up from their relief pitcher Lopez when he threw the glove into the stands. After that, the next morning, the team captain Lindor, I just have to chuckle a little bit. Lindor had a team meeting. Then the manager had them out doing defensive drills like it was spring training. So that's what happened after that blow up by the relief pitcher Lopez. But the Mets have won 3 out of 5 since that blow up. So who knows if that would maybe spark them a little bit. But it's time for the Mets to make some moves. I'm trying to hold out to say it's time to get rid of Pete. I'm trying my best not to say it, but I do want them to get rid of McNeil, but I've been saying that now for over a year. Anyway, getting back to this pick, that's why I went with the Nats team total over 4.5. I feel there was a lot of easy ways for the Nats to get to 5 runs, and that's why I went with that pick. So, overall, those are my 3 picks. Nationals team total over 4.5 plus 114, and the Tampa Bay Rays minus 126 and the under in that game 7.5 minus 110. Tonight the live sweat will be on. They'll be talking about this event coming up in Las Vegas, and they'll be talking probably about this NBA. They've been so profitable doing live NBA this year, these guys, Jimmy Gomez and Nizzle. So stay tuned for them. They'll be on tonight, I believe 8 o'clock, 8:30. I'm not sure. You check Who-Bangin Sports. All you gotta do is like and subscribe, hit the notification notification bell and you'll know when the shows are on. There is a preview up also about the finals in the NBA on Who-Bangin Sports. I will have one up before Saturday on the NHL Stanley Cup, the Florida Panthers against the Edmonton Oilers. We will do a preview about that series and see if I could get back a little bit of that money that I lost on the New York Rangers. That being said, this is Dominic Gunarici, Who-Bangin Sports. I will be back again from New York City tomorrow with another pick. We're going to try to get more picks out during the week. And, as baseball season now is in June, and now it's starting to rock and roll. So that's how we're going to do that. Until then, though, guys, thanks for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon.